Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, Kansept was nice enough to send out a couple different versions of the BTF to check out. Now, the BTF is a Rolf Helbig collaboration with Kansept. As you can see, we've got this brown micarta, and then we have this kind of nebula carbon fiber going on. Now they also have a green, I think it's grass green carbon fiber. It's like this, only it's green, of course. They have a brown micarta. Oh shoot, I can't remember if that blade is coated or not. There's 5 different versions, but we'll get into them. But there'll be a link down in the description. You guys go check them out if you want. I know there's another brown one. I just can't remember if it's a coated blade or not. And then, of course, the 5th one. It escapes me. But we're not looking at that one anyway. We're looking at these two. So what do we have here? Well, in this one, we've got the brown micarta, as I said. A deep-ish carry clip. You'll have a little bit sticking out of your pocket. Not recessed screws. Now we need to see recessed screws, I think. For me, I mean, let's see. Yeah, it should be just standard by anymore. Recessed screws should just be standard. That's just kind of my thought on it. But thumb disc deployment. Now, you guys know thumb disc deployment isn't really my favorite. I think it kind of breaks up the lines a little bit. Speaking of breaking up lines, I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit as well. But overall, now you can see, let's see here. There you go. You can kind of see the texturing and the milling that is going on in this handle. You've got these raised areas here. And, you know, it does give you a pretty decent grip on the micarta. It's a little slick. I think the carbon fiber is actually a little bit more grippy than the micarta. It is. The carbon fiber is a little bit more grippy than the micarta, which really kind of surprises me. I guess the micarta is kind of polished down a little bit. I mean, it'll wear in, so hopefully that grip will get better on it. I mean, it's not bad, but you can see my fingers skipping. It doesn't skip quite as bad on the carbon fiber, I don't think. But the thumb disc, see, it does it for me. It just kind of breaks up the lines a little bit. I know some people don't mind, and that's fine. They work just fine. Oh, yeah, they work just fine. But you can see on the brown micarta one, we have got, I'm going to move this one out of the way for a little bit. We've got this Damascus blade. Now, the other brown one, like I said, it's either, I'm pretty sure it's a coated blade, but gosh darn it, I can't remember. But nice Damascus. This guy's going to run you about 98 bucks, which isn't bad for Damascus micarta. Very nice action on it. It's tuned pretty darn well to that thumb stud. Let's see on the... Yeah, that one's tuned pretty well. The other thing I was looking at is look at that spine. Crowned spine. Yes. Yes, we like the crowned spine. And I don't know, when I say we, I'm definitely talking about me. I think a crown spine looks great. No. Will you be able to strike a ferro rod with it? No. Carry a fixed blade. I don't know. I just think a crown spine looks good. It's just a really nice touch. And that's the thing that kind of bums me out, is the thumb disc on that crowned spine. It kind of breaks it up. And it's a... I don't know. You take the time to crown the spine, but yeah, you put a thumb disc on it. To me, that's, I don't know. That's not a... It just doesn't add up. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that. But dimensions are going to be the same on both knives. Your only difference is obviously your blade and your cover material. So what are you going to get out of it? Well, you're getting almost 7.5 inches, just shy, about 7 3/8. Overall, we'll take that one out. We'll leave the nebula up here. You're going to get pretty close to 4 1/4 on the handle, which is going to give you right about a a 3 1/8 on the blade length. Cutting edge, gonna be right there. Like I said, S35 VN Tanto blade. Now this one's got a nice stone wash going to it. Now I don't know. You tell me what you think. The Nebula with that sort of, I guess, in some light it looks mint green, and other light it kind of looks teal. I want to know what you guys think of that down in the description as well. You've got the black clip. I think that goes well with the Nebula. But just a little bit of a different choice on the color. I mean, it gives you a little pop of color, gives you a little bit of flair. That's all good. Now this one, action, very nice. Jumps out there very well. No issues whatsoever there. So, we're going to use that one, and we're going to do our overall size comparisons with the bug out. Oh, I forgot to tell you grip length. Well, I mean, quick grip length, right about 4 inches. You don't have anything in your way. Where my hand normally lands is right about there, which is right on top of that liner. So it's going to be back in that 3.5 to a little bit more than 3.5. But that's kind of how my land. The thumb disc does give my thumb a nice landing pad. Gotta give it that. Gotta give it that. But there you go. There's your size comparison with the bug out. Now, blade-wise, you're pretty close. Handle-wise, BTF's got it by 1/8 of an inch. Then, of course, we'll bust out the OPM2. That one's going to be a little bit bigger than, obviously. And we'll do our pocket check. So you do have a little bit peeking out of there. Not much. It's not bad. Pretty deep carry. Grip's pretty good on the seam. Give you a weight real quick. Didn't do that. We'll do a different weight between these two. Let's see. So the carbon fiber, 3.5. That's 100 grams. I finally figured that out. And let's do the micarta. Okay, it's 3.5 as well. So the micarta to the carbon fiber doesn't really give us a whole lot of difference in overall weight. So, my overall thoughts. We always kind of start with ergonomics, and the ergonomics are pretty good. I feel the clip back here a little bit. I don't really feel it up here. I mean, I know it's there, but when I say I don't feel it, it's not bugging me. I do feel this a little bit. It's not bad, but I do feel it. Ergonomics overall are good. Action, pretty darn good. I mean, it pops out there on that thumb stud. There's nothing wrong. Thumb disc, excuse me. Thumb disc works fine. Absolutely. Can I reverse flick it on that? I can't. I'm not going to be able to. I can get it partway out and then it hits my finger. Anyway, I'm not going to struggle anymore. My biggest thing about the overall aspect of this knife, absolutely love, I mean, Tanto, okay, it is what it is. I love the fact that they crowned the spine. I don't love the fact that they crowned the spine and then put a thumb disc on top of it. With a crown spine, I think this would have been much better served as a flipper or a thumb stud knife. I mean, we don't have a cutaway for a thumb stud, so that's what I was going to go with, breaking up the lines. The access to the liner, I mean, you can tell I'm accessing it fine. I can get to it fine. There's no issue there. But, I mean, a little bit of a cutout, a little bit of a, even, it looks like, to me, you tell me what you think, that if it was raised just a little bit more, it'd be more even with that liner, and it might be a little bit easier to access. Like I said, I'm not having an issue accessing it. I just think maybe it could be a little better. I don't know. Give me your thoughts. And I know it sounds like I'm really kind of hating on this knife. I'm really not. There's nothing wrong with this knife. I just think some of the aspects of it, I mean, is it going to cut? Absolutely. Does it work like it's supposed to? Absolutely. Overall look, that's going to be up to the user. You know, Tantos aren't my favorite. Thumb discs aren't my favorite. Other than that, it's not a bad knife. Now, the Nebula, carbon fiber one and the green grass carbon fiber one, they're rolling about 130. So a little bit more, obviously, probably a little bit more expensive material. S35 VN blade versus the micarta on this one, and the Damascus coming in at $98. I believe there's the two models at 130, the two models at 98, and then there's one I believe that's closer to 80. And that's just the micarta with the it's the brown micarta with S35 VN blade. I just can't remember if it's blackwashed or not. Doggone it. Anyway, like I said, there'll be a link down in the description. Please feel free to go check them out if you would like. Kansept, thank you so much for sending this one out to check out, well, both of them. I mean, my goodness, that was really super nice of you to send out both of these, kind of do a comparison with them side by side to give my viewers a little bit better opportunity to see what's available, and I greatly appreciate that. And you guys know I greatly appreciate you stopping by, taking a little bit of time out of your day to check out the BTF from Kansept Knives. Thank you so much, guys. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.